Hello everybody, welcome back to another Sims 4 build here on my channel, and today we are doing a fun but also very frustrating build here on my channel. Here lately I have been obsessed with trying to work with platforms more and more, and I've been trying to figure it out, and I've also struggled. So today we are doing a sunken living room, and I also wanted it to wear not exactly like a 70s vibe, but more like similar. When you first walk in the door, you would turn left and go downstairs and then go down again, and there was your sunken living room. I wanted to keep the dining room and the kitchen also on the same floor, and also with this whole house I just struggled inside and out. The roof I completely struggled with. It took me forever. I had to crop out a lot of that when editing this video because I don't even know if I like how the roof ended out, but it was so much better than everything I tried. I'm not that strong at honestly roofing, but I feel like I finally got it. So here in the front, we are just adding a lot of the eco lifestyle windows. I've been using these like crazy here lately as well. They just fit so much in almost every build that I've been building here lately. And in the bathrooms, I'm actually just using base game. And I do go through, I switch all of the window colors like 2 or 3 times. I just could not make up my mind. And I think technically the house looks pretty decent on the outside. I feel like it's more of a different style house than I normally build, but also I tried to incorporate my go-to wood or rock, and I tried at first using different style of wood and rock, and then I went back to the eco lifestyle wood siding and also my classic base game brick that I just recently found and I'm in love with. I'm going through my phase where I can't figure out what other colors or what other siding to use, and I'm also switching the colors out here on everything so much. This little section I just made is actually for trash cans. I've been doing a lot of private areas for trash cans and I think they look so good sometimes, but I just was having trouble with everything. This update, after getting new colors or new swatches for some of the rocks and other outside floor tiles, is so nice. So I actually used these ones that were base game and I made it go to the little trash section, and I think it just looks so good. It was something unique and different that I normally don't do, and also because they're 2x2s to make a whole big square, and I feel like they looked really good. The landscaping, in my opinion, I like it, but also at the same time I feel like the landscaping was a little bit weird. I just kind of wanted to do like a random flower bed in the front and then have the normal landscaping I kind of do on the sides or towards the front and the sides. So here I'm just currently doing that and trying to mess around with the fencing, with the whole landscape and the whole outside of this whole house, trying to make it just look hopefully a little bit better and more dimensional. With the items I used for landscaping, I just used a lot of shrubbery and also this grass with flowers. And since ironically this lot is actually called Fern Corner, we are using a bunch of ferns mainly to just cover up some of the space and not continue using just flowers. I love the ferns in this game. I think EA actually did a really good job at them, and I like how they're so big that when you size them down they can be like the perfect size. Sometimes I feel like they're just too big to start out with. Since we can size items down, I think they work out so perfectly. Like I said with this flower bed, I just wanted to do a little bit of a flower bed, and I found these. I used to use these all the times in The Sims 3, and this is my first time using them in The Sims 4, which was kind of weird. In the house, I'm adding only EA flooring and wall tiles, and real quickly I'm just doing a quick layout using only EA items so that I can go and upload this to the gallery, mainly as a shell. It's kind of move-in ready because it has a base kitchen that is super basic. It's got a living room and also a dining room. Everything else is pretty much empty, but I wanted it to be where if I uploaded this, everybody else could imagine what I hopefully was imagining. And then after I uploaded, I did end up switching out everything for CC, or at least most things for CC. I did not show a lot of it because I could not make up my mind what I wanted for the walls. Here in the living room, I switched out the Dream Home Decorator couch for the other one I rarely use. I also used a coffee table I never ever use, and a CC TV stand with the TV I always use. And then I went to my Desert Luxe curtains. Absolutely, I love these curtains so much. I use them in every single build, I feel like, but I used the pink shade, which also I have never used before, I don't think. So that was something new. And in this little area, I wanted a shelf, but a lot of them were not fitting properly, or they were cutting in to the curtains. So I found this CC one, and I wanted to add a radio to it. So I added this and some clutter, and I did come back to the space because I could not figure out what all I wanted on there. So I'm just going through, adding in the living room a bunch of clutter on the couch, on the coffee table, and also on that bookcase, just to give it a more lived-in vibe, even though it's not necessarily overly crowded. Some of these items, if you've seen any of my other videos, you might have seen them multiple times. I feel like I have my go-to items and I pretty much stick with them, and I don't change too much of what I do. I do try and download other CC items, or try and use more of the base game items, or at least EA items, but I struggle a lot to not use the same items all the time, which is kind of hard. Right next to the door to the right when you first walk in, I wanted a little entry area, and at first I wanted a side table, but then I actually switched that out for this CC bench. I almost did the My Dream Home Decorator, but I wanted to put shoes around here and I wanted them in there. So I did use that, and then I headed to the dining room to pick a table and a set of chairs that I really love. I love these glass tables from Base Game, I do believe. I don't know why, they just look so nice. And since this is The Sims, you don't have to worry about cleaning them. They're just so pretty in my opinion. Also, this hutch from Jungle Adventure is the perfect size. It's not too big and bulky. It is kind of tall, but it isn't necessarily too wide, and I love that so much. I also love how you can put some clutter on it. Not always, but at least some of it. I wanted to carry out these Desert Luxe curtains in here to match, even if they weren't the same color, just to give it the same vibe as the living room. In the kitchen, I changed my mind so much on the cabinets because I was struggling with the upper cabinets, and I also did something I normally cannot stand. In real life, I honestly hate when the upper cabinets do not match the lower cabinets. I hate when people do white cabinets up top and then colored at the bottom. I don't think it looks good, but I'm also more of a wood person, so I don't really vibe with colored cabinets unless you're going to put wood countertops. And I also have white cabinets in our house that we live in currently, and I can't stand those because they get so dirty so fast, and also where we live, it's just always so dusty. So I did do something I don't normally do and don't normally like, and I did green lowers with white upper cabinets, but I did do white marble top for the lowers, and then that way they would hopefully match a little bit more. And I also used this shelf from Jungle Adventure to go above the fridge, just because I felt like something was missing there and I didn't have a cabinet to go above there. In this kitchen, I'm adding a little bit of clutter, but still trying to keep it relatively clean and not so crowded. In this master bathroom, I actually just recently downloaded another tub and shower combo, so I'm using that along, of course, CC sinks and everything like that, because I don't have too many options, I feel like, or at least a lot of options I like. I wanted this bathroom to be more of a green feel, so I have green flooring as well as a green wallpaper and tile for the walls. I just think it looks so good, and also with the orange tinted lights, I feel like the hue of the lights looks really good with it. I feel like it just all fits together. Coming into this master bedroom, I'm doing a little built-in closet. I don't have any built-in wardrobes, so I have to use CC for this item, and then I have to go through. I could use the My Dream Home decorator, but I've been noticing a lot of those, for whatever reason, glitch. I have a couple videos, I do believe, here on my channel already that show when I go to just take photos, which is right after I build the house, they will glitch and all of the stuff will disappear for some reason, and it's so annoying, so frustrating. So here recently, I've just been using CC ones because they don't glitch out. I'm also trying to use a few items that I don't normally do and trying to kind of use some clutter, but keep it very simple, not too overly done, especially on those shelves. I used a lot of clothes, but otherwise I didn't add too many items up top. And I also love having coffee tables or benches at the end of beds. I used to have one. If the house bedroom that we live in now was just a smidge bigger, I would totally have our old coffee table back at the end of our bed, just because I loved it so much. In the second bathroom, or the guest bathroom, I'm just doing very simple, my Jungle Adventure bathtub that I love so much. And I'm also trying to add just a little more items just to give it a little bit more lived in feeling, but also not too overly done, because there's not really much I felt like I could do here. I didn't want it to be too crazy. This back bedroom was actually, I just had planned to be a more activities room, so I'm adding a chess table, I have a little easel, and then I'm also just adding my favorite bookshelf that I never get to use. It is EA, but I never get to use it because I never have medium wall height, so I'm using that right next to a desk, and I'm just trying to add more clutter on it because it comes kind of bare. And on the walls, a national parks calendar and also just a regular calendar. And then, like I said, on this bookcase, I'm just trying to find clutter that actually goes onto it. The curtains, I went a little crazy. I think they look good in my opinion, but I did blue and red combo just because of the blue and red brick wall. I think it looks good. I don't know, you have to tell me. And then I did an aquarium and moved everything around a little bit. And this second bedroom, or the front bedroom, I actually made a toddler room. I don't believe toddlers can use desk, but I did add a little desk in here. I love doing little rocking chairs or just certain chairs and like a poof or something in a corner for like little reading corner. And then I did a little changing table. I don't have any changing tables because I don't have Growing Together or any packs, so I have to use CC, and they aren't functional technically like they would be if I had Growing Together. I just like them for more aesthetics when building. Pretty much in this room, this is the last room we are going through, and I'm just trying to add a little bit more clutter and toys. And this is one of the most crowded rooms in my opinion, but I feel like it looks pretty good, and also the color choice isn't crazy overdone since the walls are neutral. And here is our final house. This is the outside when you first walk by the mailbox. I like it. It's a little bit different than what I originally had in mind. Originally, I honestly just wanted to do the dining room, living room, and kitchen and make it a room. And then I couldn't figure out how to make it one room. So I just built a house and made a video out of that. So the outside was something that I did not have planned to do, but I think it turned out pretty decent. Here's a little peek of the garbage section. Not much going on, just 2 trash cans. I did 2 different colors for recycling and also just normal trash. And I also put a light above so that you could see at night. Realistically, if you were going out to throw your trash out at night. When you first step in, I have to say I love the sunken living room idea. I also love how you walk down 1 step and then go down 2 steps. I just think this looks so good. I love how the dining room looks, and I also love the kitchen being in the back, but you have a taller half wall to kind of separate right behind that bookcase. I think everything in here just looks so good, and I'm honestly proud of how this turned out. Here's another angle of the living room. I love how the couch is almost level with the floor, floor, but just enough above that you're not necessarily going to sweep dirt onto your couch, more so just the back of your couch. And my last angle just to show this whole view of the living room. And then I wanted to include a little bit of the dining room, but also this little sitting area. So if you come in the front door, you can sit right there, take off your shoes, potentially drop any bags you have right there, and then continue on to the living room or the bedrooms or wherever you need to go. This dining room, I actually really like these chairs sometimes. I just hardly use them, but I do love the color of them, and I love this wood table, the different wood tones. I know there's like 3 different wood tones or more going on here, but I think it looks honestly really good together. Also, for whatever reason, the middle window in this dining room glitched out. So that's great because that wall had 3 of those windows and not 2 with a weird black line in the middle. So that's great. Here is my last angle of the dining room. I really like that hutch, and I like all the decorations I put on there. I think they look really good and not too crazy, but I am kind of bummed. I didn't know this until I was trying to put clutter on here. You can't actually put any clutter behind those cabinet doors on the hutch, which is very frustrating unless you do move objects and then you use the bracket keys and or also the parentheses to move them up and down. In the kitchen, like I said, I did the 2 tones. I'm kind of iffy on it. I think it looks okay. I don't think I overdid it, and I do like the shelves above the fridge. I'm glad that the fridge hid the bottom shelf. I'm glad I also got it the right height so that the items aren't necessarily floating. I considered putting an island in, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I feel like it might have been a little bit too cramped, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. The first room, technically, when you walk down the hallway, would be this toddler room. This is straight to the right. This is the first door you encounter, and I like this room. I like how the walls are more of that tan color, and then you have the brick exterior wall. I like that a lot because it's not overly pink, but I tried to include a lot of pink and then some other colors to kind of give it more of that kid feel. And then I also like the wall above the changing table where I just put a lot of needlework. I think that looks pretty cute, all the little animals. The next room would be our master bedroom, and I have to say, for pretty much how big this bed is and how much it takes up the room or a lot of the room, I love how you pretty much walk into the bed and you kind of go around to get to the bathroom. But otherwise, I do like the setup of this. I think this room is really pretty. I love all the matching wood tones in here for the most part. Another angle, I really love those photos back there. I like how it's a man and a woman, so you can kind of get the idea of the man sleeps closer to the door while the woman sleeps on the other side. That's kind of what I was thinking about when I placed those there. Originally, I just wanted 2 random photos of people there, and then it ended up I found a man and a woman, and I thought they looked really good. And then I just put a bookcase in by the door just to kind of fill up that space because I wasn't honestly sure what to put there. In this bathroom, I love this bathroom. I think it turned out really good. There's enough clutter in here, but there's not too much to make it overwhelming. And I also like the color scheme, the more green and the white with the dark wood and the marble for the cabinets and countertop. I think everything just turned out really well in here. And also that shower, I absolutely love that shower, and the towel rack, everything like that. Coming into the office, I love how I carried on that brick exterior wall, but also I like how I tried to fit activities in here and I kind of spaced them out to where it's not too crowded. I added a little aquarium because I felt like this room needed something else, but I honestly was not sure what all to put down in here after I got the chessboard, the bookcase, the desk, and also the easel in here. So I had an aquarium that I've only used I think a few times, and I did just put that down. So I don't have any fish in it because this is technically in the live mode when you're actually building, now that we can do that. So nobody was in this house and I couldn't play test it to where I put a fish into the aquarium. Our last room in the house is the second bathroom, or the guest bathroom, and I'm using my all-time favorite bathtub. I can't say anything about that. It's definitely my go-to if I have to use EA, and I just think it looks really, really good. I also really like the walls. I think those look really pretty, and I like how I do have some photos that kind of bring in some color, but they're more muted. That is everything for this build. I hope you guys all enjoyed this, and I also hope that you guys can get inspiration to build. I have been struggling and also trying to use platforms. I know the more that I work with them, the more I will get used to them and the better hopefully I will be. This channel is just me trying to get better and then look back on where I was and see how far I've gotten. I'm just pretty much having fun posting what I want, and I like to do speed builds because they are the easiest for me since I'm busy and also I have a young son. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Be sure to check out any video here on my channel, and also stay tuned for next week's video. God bless!